6'6" senior from Australia who averages 13.5 points per game. He's their best perimeter shooter. The other wing, Pablo Tamba, 6'7", grad transfer from UC Davis. Originally, he's from Spain. Nearly 7 points a game and over 8 rebounds per contest. Markel Sutton is the other forward. Sutton is 6'9", 225, fifth-year player from Tulsa. Transferred in as a grad transfer from Omaha, averaging over 13 points a game and 9.3 rebounds a game. And the center is Mike Nwoko, 6'10", 260, junior from Toronto. Team high 16.4 points a game, 5.5 rebounds per contest. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Gamecock basketball from Learfield.
Your home for the Gamecocks. 107.5 The Game. WNKT Eastover, Columbia. A Cumulus media station.
Gamecocks in the road garnet uniforms tonight with white numerals and lettering, black trim. LSU wearing the home white, purple numerals and lettering, and gold trim. Our officials tonight are Doug Schals, Bart Lennox, and Chuck Jones. Mike Sharavjamts and Mike Nwoko in the center jump circle, just waiting and biding their time for the good folks across the way in TV land to give us the go-ahead. The horn sounds. That means we're ready to play some basketball here in Baton Rouge. Orange orb goes into the air. LSU wins the toss, and we are underway. Gamecocks and Tigers here at the Pete Maravich Assembly Center. Gamecocks open man-to-man. No surprise to see LSU immediately go into the low post to Nwoko. His jump hook is up on the right side and no good, and the Gamecocks grab the rebound. Nwoko, the focal point of this offense, with D-Dan Thomas not available for the second consecutive game. Carolina works it inside to Strong. He gives it back out on the perimeter. Now it is Sharavjamts feeding Strong on the arc. He tries a three, and he hits a three. Elijah Strong picks up where he left off against Vanderbilt.
A good start. We need to see a lot more of that the rest of this game.
Elijah had 17 against the Commodores in his SEC debut. Played 2 years at Boston College before transferring into the Gamecock program. 3-0 the score. LSU with McKinnon, the Australian, out top. Now Nwoko, the Canadian, has it on the perimeter. He'll drive against Strong, gets to the baseline, puts up the jump hook, misses it, but LSU has the offensive rebound. McKinnon lets the three ball fly from the left side. That comes up short. There's an offensive rebound for Nwoko and a foul by the Gamecocks as they raked him across the arms as he came down with it. That's probably the biggest concern tonight. We got to deal with their size, and that means you have to keep them off the offensive glass.
You got to put a body on them every time the ball is in there. You got to block out.
Kobe Knox collects that personal. LSU with a fresh 20 on the shot clock, inbounds from underneath the hoop. Comes into McKinnon from the left corner. He arcs his dribble to the high post. Kobe Knox face guarding him. He puts up the shot from there, misses it. We've got a rebound that is tied up, and the jump ball possession arrow gives it to the Gamecocks. Nwoko is 6'10" and 260. He's chiseled, and he's a load, and he's not even their second leading rebounder. Tamba gets 8 a game. Sutton gets over 9 a game. So it's got to be a team rebounding approach tonight. You got to have all 5 guys going to the glass. Carolina took a while, but they get the stop, and they've got the ball again. And now a quick foul called on McKinnon as Kobe Knox looked to drive on him. And Doug Schals has the whistle there. Kobe Knox, a guy who's been a steady scorer, had a little bit of a subpar game against Vanderbilt. Want to see him get going again. Here's Strong going back to work. He drives into the paint on Nwoko. Chest up, goes up with a mid-range jumper, and they got him on the arm. Strong will go to the line, and that whistle and foul on the Tigers will be charged, I believe, to Nwoko. And Elijah Strong will go to the free throw line.
Well, you penetrate, you get the mid-range jumper, bring out the defense, you get fouled.
Strong's first free throw attempt is perfect. Gamecocks, of course, coming in excellent at the free throw line, 79.4%. In the last 6 games, they have made 85% of their free throws. They are up to 6th in the nation. And Elijah makes both. He's got the first 5 points of the game, and South Carolina comes out of the gate with a good start on the road. The freshman guard, Jalen Reese, being guarded by Meechie Johnson. They'll lob it in the low post, again to Nwoko. He backs in. Gamecocks double team him. He kicks it out to McKinnon. His three ball is up. It rims out. Offensive rebound, though, by the Tigers. Sutton cannot make the shot, and the ball is tipped out of bounds and belongs to South Carolina.
There's a hand-to-hand combat already this early in this game.
Markel Sutton had that offensive rebound, and that's already 4 offensive boards for LSU in just 2 possessions. Good news is they haven't been able to convert any of them, and the Gamecocks have the basketball again. 2 minutes gone by, 5-0 lead for the visitors as Meechie Johnson weaves his way into the front court. Kobe Knox comes out to midcourt and takes a pass, gives back to Meechie, left wing, goes around the ball screen, drives and kicks out to Kobe again, right of the key. He backs in against McKinnon, finger roll is up and good, nifty move. I think they wiped that one-on-one matchup against Max McKinnon. They've twice now gotten an ISO for Kobe Knox. He drew 1 foul, and he's got a bucket, and it's 7-0, South Carolina. Reese on the perimeter, now guarded by Meechie. Tamba works his dribble through the legs, approaches the free throw line, gives it off on the right side to Sutton. Sutton sends it in the corner to McKinnon. McKinnon loses the handle as he weaves his way into the paint. That's a turnover. South Carolina will get it back, and boy, is Matt McMahon animated. He makes it all the way to the midcourt line, barking at official Chuck Jones, thinking there was a foul that should have been called there. The turnover by LSU, the second of the game, and the Gamecocks have a chance to build further on this early 7-0 lead. 3 minutes gone by. Meechie Johnson feeds strong at the top of the key. He'll try another 3, and he's got another one. And that will force a timeout from LSU. Elijah Strong, 2 for 2 from the arc. He's got 8 points, and the Gamecocks have a 10-0 lead against LSU with 16:56 remaining here in the first half. Cool Care heating. LSU hasn't made a shot. They're 0 for 6, including a couple of three-pointers. And South Carolina with a 10-point lead right off the top here on the road. Students are not back on campus yet, so it's a relatively quiet building here. Pete Maravich Assembly Center holds a little over 13,000. Obviously, nowhere close to that here tonight, and they've had no reason to get excited just yet. Here's a lob and a missed dunk by Nwoko, but he gets his own rebound. Gamecocks double team him, kick out to McKinnon. He'll try a 3, and he'll hit the 3 from the left wing. That's the one guy you really can't double off of. Even with Nwoko in the low post, I think you got to make him score over the top of a defender and not abandon McKinnon.
Well, he shoots 44% from behind the arc.
Strong's up with another 3, and he's hit another 3. This one on the pick and pop on the right wing. Elijah Strong has 11 points already. Now here's Reese, the freshman for LSU, trying one. He misses. Rebound to Knox. Gamecocks hurry it down floor. Don't have numbers, but Meechie's going to attack the rim anyway, and he's fouled on his way up by Markel Sutton. Good read from Meechie. He recognized initially the numbers weren't there, but then after he slowed for a moment, the lane really opened up, and he got past the freshman, and Sutton had to swing over and slap him on the arm. So Meechie shoots 2. Gamecocks have Eli Ellis at the scorer's table waiting to check in after this first free throw from Meechie Johnson. Number 5 puts it up. Got it. Food Line is the proud sponsor of the Score to Give More program. For each free throw the Gamecocks make in tonight's game, Food Line Feeds will donate 100 meals to a local college food pantry or food bank. Carolina makes its first 3. Kobe Knox gets a rest. Meechie makes both. He's got his first 2 points of the game, and Carolina's lead is 15-3 here over LSU. Eli Ellis will guard fellow freshman Reese now. LSU gets it in the low post to Nwoko. Gamecocks double team him, forces a kick out, and the 3 ball is missed from the far corner by Markel Sutton. Eli Ellis has the weak side rebound. Yeah, you can double off of guys like Sutton. Just don't double off of McKinnon. Here's Stute with an open 3 on the left side, and that's on the mark. Holy moly, the Gamecocks are red hot.
An understatement to say we're red hot.
4 for 4 from the arc, 5 for 5 from the field, 4 for 4 at the free throw line, and the lead is 18-3. Here's Tamba at the top of the key. Charges to the rim and scores it off the glass. Pablo Tamba gets his first two as Stute ran at him on that three-point arc. Tamba has only attempted 6 threes all year. Probably better served to dare him to make something out there. Strong again for three, right side. And this one goes. It rattles around and eventually settles in. Elijah Strong with a huge grin on his face as he jogs back down the court. Can you believe it? The worst three-point shooting team in the SEC is 5 for 5 out of the gate. Here's a drive and a missed shot by LSU. Sharavjamts has the rebound, and he is fouled. Timeout. 14:41 on the first half clock. Gamecocks roar out of the gate, leading LSU 21-5, and we're back after this from Toyota. You had a bad night. Would you believe that 30 to 35% window where most teams live, South Carolina has landed in that range one time in their first 14 games this season. It has been feast or famine, and tonight so far we are feasting in Baton Rouge.
Well, we average 31% from behind the arc so far this season, but sooner or later they had to start falling, and let's hope it continues.
Out of the timeout, Gamecocks have Hayden Assemian, the freshman from Greenville, checking into the lineup as Elijah Strong has to sit down and get a rest. I'm sure he hates the thought of that as well as he was playing. Gamecock basketball as we come out of that break. Eli Ellis posting up against Rashad King, who just checked in for LSU. Eli backs in, gets double teamed, sends it back out top to Meechie. Meechie drives, kicks back to Eli. Ellis from the arc, sends it on to Sharavjamts. Stute at the top of the key, feeds Ellis. Corner three on its way. Good! There's another one. Eli Ellis drains a three. He'd only made 4 of his last 30 attempts from downtown, but boy, where there is smoke, there is fire in this one. 24-5 South Carolina, and now Miles Stute whistled for a foul as he is a little bit greedy trying to put his hand in the cookie jar out near midcourt. Gamecocks whistled for the personal foul. That is the second on Carolina. LSU with a couple of substitutions. We mentioned Rashad King in the backcourt. Also Robert Miller III, who's 6'10 and 230. King on the right side will load up a three, and that is good. Rashad King averages only 4.8 points a game, but he has hit double figures 2 of their last 3, including 10 off the bench against Texas A&M. And he shoots with some confidence. Gamecocks back to the offensive end. Eli Ellis handling out top. Sends it to Meechie on the right wing. Guarded by Tamba. Drives, shoots a floater off the glass, and banks it in. A little runner off 1 foot for Meechie.
We still have not missed a shot this game.
Folks, we are 6.5 minutes in, and we haven't missed a shot. Gamecocks lead at 26-8. Reese double-teamed on the perimeter, feeds to Tamba. He finds King. Another open three. That's too strong, and Sharavjamts has the weak side rebound. Good screen out there from Mike. LSU has 5 offensive rebounds, but so far second chance points haven't been a big factor, believe it or not. Meechie out top, working against the 6'10 Miller. Tried to get a foul, didn't. Gives it up, gets it back. Meechie now cross-court skip to Stute, who looks to drive the baseline. He's knocked down by Jalen Reese. Smart play by Miles. He recognized the aggressive closeout by the defender and dribbled right into him, and there was nothing that Reese could do other than commit the foul.
And it's 5 early fouls on the Tigers.
Miles will sit down and get a rest. Gamecocks will run freshman Grant Polk, the 6'7 Gainesville, Virginia native, back on the court. So hard for me to not say Gainesville, Georgia. Yeah. There's Gainesville, Florida. Gainesville, Virginia has never been on my radar. Here is Eli Ellis off the baseline inbounds, curling his way into the paint, posting up, and the little fadeaway jumper. You know it. It's good.
9 for 9.
That's 5 off the bench for Eli. Gamecocks lead it by 20, 28-8. Still no missed shots with 12.5 minutes left in the first half. LSU with King on the perimeter. Gamecocks force him to drive. Good job. Sharavjamts has him on a switch. Give it in the corner to Tamba. Shot clock to 5. Miller out top against Ellis. Backs him into the high post. Jumper from the right elbow is good for Robert Miller. With the shot clock about to expire, it's a pretty savvy play by Robert Miller, who is 6'10", guarded by the 6-foot Eli Ellis. LSU breaks into double figures. 8 minutes gone by. It is 28-10. Meechie Johnson, Mike Sharavjamts out top. Meechie with the right-hand drive. Dishes to Simeon, and Simeon blows the bunny. Gets his own rebound, has his shot blocked. The ball's lost out of bounds. It stays with South Carolina. And Lamont Paris barking at his freshman to dunk the basketball.
The easiest shot of the game is the first one we missed.
Can you believe it? It was a perfect feed, and a guy who's shooting 84% from the field didn't go up aggressively and missed a bunny. But the Gamecocks will have possession when we return. Timeout with 11:44 on the first half clock. South Carolina 28. 28-10 your score. Elijah Strong got Carolina out of the gate in a strong fashion, hitting, you believe it or not, 4 3-pointers for a guy who came in with 12 of them on the season. He got a rest during that second stretch, and he's back on the court now, along with Kobe Knox, who also got a rest. Meechie Johnson sits down. 16 on the shot clock as South Carolina inbounds and sets up offensively. Eli Ellis, Grant Polk rounding out the lineup. Strong backs his way into the post, backs in, got his man off his feet, puts it up with the left hand, shot wouldn't go. And then LSU throws away the outlet pass as Eli Ellis was just standing there, and it came right to him. So it's still for the Gamecocks. They'll feed it underneath the Sharavjamts, and Mike wraps up and under for the reverse layup. First 2 of the game for Mike. Carolina takes advantage of the sloppy turnover, and they now lead at 30-10. LSU has Robert Miller III still on the court, along with Pablo Tamba, and also Markel Sutton. And Sutton looked to drive off the wing, and Kobe Knox bumped him and knocked him down. That's 2 on Kobe. Gamecocks' best on-the-ball defender collects 2 early personal fouls. Lamont Paris will have to decide what to do about that with 11 minutes remaining here in the first half. Officials watching him weren't going to inbound the ball until giving him a really ample chance to make a sub. He didn't do it. And here's another foul on the Gamecocks on the inbounds pass. It came to McKinnon, and I think that was Grant Polk who was guilty of the reach-in. Miles Stute will return now, and Knox will sit. 4th team foul on the Gamecocks. 11:02 on the clock. Carolina scored first, jumped out to an early lead, and they're up by 20 right now, 30-10. Rashad King running the offense. Carolina double teams him. He gives it up on the right side to Reed. Gamecocks double team him, and Polk just got way too aggressive there. I said Reed, that was Robert Miller. And that's too easy of a call. You're making it on the officials there, and that's 2 now on Grant Polk. So 2 Gamecocks with 2 fouls each, and they're both playing the same position on the wing. So guys got to be a little more careful defensively, at least those 2 do. Inbounds to McKinnon. He'll shoot the floater high off the glass. It won't go. He tips it. That won't go, and Stute has the rebound. Quick outlet ahead to Sharavjamts. Mike juggles the dribble, now brings it under control and bounces it to Strong. Elijah again, backs in, spins, left-hand jump hook up. Shot won't go. Rebound tipped by LSU, and they lost it out of bounds, and Carolina catching every imaginable break right now. Jalen Reese returns for the Tigers as Markel Sutton will sit down. So LSU playing a much, much smaller lineup right now than what they started with. Carolina inbounding from underneath. Strong bounces it into Ellis. Ellis under the basket. Jump hook with the right hand. Shot won't go. Didn't go up strong.
He didn't go up quick enough.
Didn't go up quick, but he also didn't go towards the rim. And that was making it easy to be defended. So LSU has that rebound. And now here's King driving with the left hand. That's a charge. He used the forearm to clear out Stute, and that was an obvious call as well on Rashad King. Good defense from Miles Stute, still playing in that protective mask after having the broken nose, but not seeming to show any ill effects from it. He's gotten much more comfortable with it. 16
fouls on LSU with 10:15 to go in this first half.
Score remains 30-10. Both teams sitting on the number they're on currently for a couple minutes now after explosive offense from the Gamecocks early. Meechie Johnson's been on the bench a while. Offense sometimes gets a little stagnant without him, as Ellis had the ball stripped free of him and out of bounds. It will stay with Carolina, but now only 6 on the shot clock, and the Tigers will bring Mike Nwoko back on the floor. to replace Robert Miller. Nwoko hasn't scored. He grabbed 4 offensive rebounds, it felt like, in the first 2 minutes. Inbounds comes in the corner to Polk. Catch and shoot 3. Oh, that one rims out.
In and out.
Had a good look at it, just wouldn't stay down, and here come the Tigers in transition. Nwoko at the top of the key, hands it over to McKinnon. Gamecocks double him. They'll give it back to Nwoko in the post. Stute trying to keep him there. They'll send it out. Good ball movement by the Tigers. But Carolina rotates nicely. Now Reese backs in, puts a forearm into Strong, misses the shot, and Elijah grabs the rebound. Carolina, after really struggling, giving up offensive rebounds early, they have gotten that under control. Here is Grant Polk on the right side. Defense swarms in. He sends it back out top. They give it back to him in the corner. Catch and shoot 3 is good this time for Grant Polk.
We were one about less 7 before he hit that 3.
He's a 44% shooter from downtown, so you like those clean looks for him. McKinnon will try and answer for LSU. He misses his 3 from the corner, and Eli Ellis has the rebound. 33-10 South Carolina in transition. Strong powers to the basket and banks it up and in, and another timeout has to be called by LSU. Carolina with a controlled fast break there. LSU was just slow getting home, and Elijah Strong says, thank you very much. He's got a layup in transition. He's got 16 points for South Carolina with 8:45 remaining in the first half. Yeah, it really has. LSU averages almost 88 points a game. Now, they are missing a critical piece. Didon Thomas Jr., a transfer from UNLV, averaging 16 points and 7 assists per game. I mean, it's like the Tyler Tanner kid who ate us up with Vanderbilt. It'd be like taking him away from Vanderbilt. Oh, yeah. The ball's in his hand so much, and he not only can score it, but he sets up his teammates. And now with his absence, it's a freshman, Jalen Reese, running the offense, and Gamecocks having a much better time defending them. And now here's a steal by Meechie Johnson. Transition opportunity. Oh, he left the pass a little short of the intended target. Gamecocks come away with it, though, and there's a quick 3 launched in the corner by Eli Ellis, and that won't go. Grant Polk had it on the wing and gave it up. I would have preferred, I think, to have him take that shot. And in transition, the freshman Jalen Reese plays a little bully ball. He goes coast to coast, puts a shoulder into Strong to create some space, and then banks the shot up and in. So Carolina had the steal, but didn't take advantage of that transition opportunity. 35-12 your score. Now Meechie back at the top of the key. And he'll look to drive. Gets into the paint. He's bumped on his way up. Can't quite get the shot up and in, but he'll go to the line on the personal foul called against Rashad King. That'll be 2 on King. And with 7:56 left in the first half, the Gamecocks with a 35-12 lead on LSU.
0 turnovers for the Gamecocks. And the Tigers have 5. We've gotten 7 points off those 5 turnovers.
Meechie Johnson will be at the line when play resumes. That foul on Rashad King was in the act of shooting. So Meechie gets a pair. He had a season-high 6 assists against Vanderbilt, but only 9 points, only made a couple of field goals. And third game in the last 4, his scoring has not reached double figures, and the Gamecocks need him to.
He's got to shoot more.
Yeah,
it's that simple.
Right. He makes another free throw, by the way. Yeah. Lamont Paris told me in our pregame interview his field goal attempts should be in double digits every game. Kind of a standard number for him. Meechie got them both. He's got 6. Carolina is now a perfect 6 of 6 at the free throw line as well. That's 2 more 100 meals for the local college food pantry or food bank, thanks to Food Lion Feeds. 37-12. And a foul away from the basketball. They're going to give that one to Hayden Asimian, who is trying to keep Mike Nwoko in check under the basket. Hayden's a good-sized kid at 6'6", 230, and he is looking up at Nwoko, 6'10", 260. Big man. Transferred in from Mississippi State. Wasn't really, I mean, he started for the Bulldogs, but he wasn't an impactful scorer. I think he averaged 6 a game, averaging 16.5 a game now. But scoreless so far in this one. He's got it in the post. Gamecocks double team him, force him to give it up. Kick to the left side. Carter's 3-ball misses. Offensive rebound for Nwoko. He went right over top of Asimian. Yeah. Asimian had good rebounding position, but again, when there's a 4-inch difference there, he just reached right over top of him and has the stick back. First 2 of the game for Nwoko. 37-14 South Carolina. Meechie at the top of the key. Fakes left, drives right. Gets past his man. Into the paint. Draws a double team. Kicks in the corner to Ellis. Open three on its way. Won't go. Stute fighting for the offensive rebound, but LSU comes away with it, and they will push tempo. Into the front court. Hurries Jalen Reese. Pulls on the brakes at the top of the key. Now works around the ball screen. Eli Ellis breaks up a pick-and-roll pass with a great steal. Wonderful defense there by Ellis. Tremendous recognition of what they were trying to do against him. So another turnover for LSU, and again, here's Meechie driving, kicks it back out to Ellis, who makes a tough short hop catch, and now he'll drive into the paint. Kicks back out to Stute. Miles thought about a three, drives the baseline, gives it out to a Simeon. High post Ellis, 15-foot jumper, that's an air ball, and that goes back to LSU. And
kind of a ragged possession that time.
Yeah. Sharavjamts returns, so does Kobe Knox. The two freshmen, Ellis and Polk, will sit down. Good energy minutes from both of those guys, though. They've combined for 8 early points off the bench for South Carolina. Gamecocks don't have a field goal in the last 2:25. LSU still sitting on only 28.6% shooting. Here's Markel Sutton driving. Gamecocks double team him. Then he puts up a shot, and it's blocked by Sharavjamts. And Mike picks up the loose ball and takes it up the far side. He'll drive to the basket, hanging in the air. No foul called. A Simeon grabs the rebound, kicks it out to Meechie. Long three up, and good.
That's what we need to see more from Meechie, that long three.
Aggressive shot, taking and making. And Meechie Johnson had South Carolina's 8th three-pointer of the half, making it 40-14. Still over 5.5 minutes remaining. LSU feeds it down low. And another shot nearly blocked, but they're going to call the foul. That time it was Pablo Tamba on the pick and roll. And he catches it right at the rim, and Simeon tried to wall up against him, but they call the foul. Tamba will have to earn the points at the stripe.
Second foul on Hayden.
7 on the Gamecocks, 6 of them on 3 players combined, 2 apiece for Kobe Knox, as well as a Simeon, and the third member of that group is Grant Polk. First free throw is good for Pablo Tamba. Tamba played basically the whole game against Texas A&M Saturday. 39 minutes, 53 seconds. Had 6 points, 11 rebounds, 5 steals. He's a guy who looks like he's jumping on a trampoline. Really athletic player from Spain. Second free throw, no good. Kobe Knox tips the rebound and runs it down in the corner. Carolina with Knox, Sharavjamts, Elijah Strong, Meechie Johnson, Miles Stute, the original 5 back out on the court here with 5:20 on a running first half clock. Gamecocks leading 40-15. Stute at the top of the key. Drives, pounces to Strong, but the ball got away from him, and LSU comes away with the steal. First turnover of the game for South Carolina. It was a pick-and-roll attempt, a tough pass to handle there for Elijah. McKinnon on the wing gives it to Nwoko. Gamecocks double him again. They'll force LSU to reverse it. Carter in the corner, 3 misses. Weak side rebound, though, by Nwoko. His putback won't go, but the tip, oh no, that tip won't go either, and Carolina finally has the rebound.
Dodged a small bullet that time.
Tamba looked like he was just tipping it just over the edge of the cylinder. It didn't go in. Meechie again, deep 3, got it straight away, 25 feet away. Meechie Johnson heating up. Back-to-back long three-pointers. Give him a dozen. It's 43-15 Gamecocks. Carolina 9 of 12 from beyond the arc, and now an offensive foul on LSU. They tried the dribble handoff, and Meechie, as he is wont to do, runs right through the handoff and forces the officials to call something, and they'll call the offensive foul on the Tigers.
Pablo.
Tigers haven't made a field goal in 3 minutes. Carolina looking to add to the lead, but they turn it over. Pass from Kobe Knox to a cutting Sharavjamts. Had a little too much mustard on it, and Mike couldn't handle it, lost it across the baseline.
But only our second turnover of the half.
Casey mentioned earlier that personal foul on Tomba. That's 8 of them on LSU. Gamecocks have been whistled for 7. And another turnover by the Tigers. No, they get it back. They get it back, and the Gamecocks commit a foul. A pass similar to what we saw at the other end, had too much on it and got through the hands of Miller and hit Stute in the chest, but he didn't expect it, and it got away from him. And when Miller got it back, Stute reached in and commits his second personal foul. So Gamecocks have 4 players with 2 fouls apiece with 3:58 left in the half, but that's the only bad news.
Only 24% from the field, 6 of 25, and only 2 of 10 from downtown.
Gamecocks sharing the ball very well. 10 assists against only 1 turnover in this first half of play. And at the line for LSU as play resumes, it's a 1 and bonus opportunity, and the first shot is good. That's Robert Miller again. One of only 2 returners from last year's team for LSU. The other was Jalen Reed. Poor guy, Jalen Reed.
Yeah, bad luck.
Man, got off to a great start last season, then had an ACL injury on December 3rd. Tigers were never the same. Then this year got off to a great start again, and he tore his Achilles on November 28th. Miller made them both, so it's 43-17. Gamecocks trying to finish the first half strong. They brought Jordan Butler onto the floor, the junior from Malden. Gamecocks have some foul trouble. Carolina throws it away, but Strong makes an amazing save to Kobe Knox, who cannot score the off-balance leaner. And then Jordan Butler goes over the back trying to get to that offensive rebound. Carolina getting a little sloppy with the passes here, Casey. You mentioned they've only had a couple of turnovers, but they've had to make some juggling catches of some bad passes lately, and it's thrown the offense off balance a little bit.
Well, with 3:38 to go, you don't want to lose the momentum that we've built.
Well, that's the truth. Here's Markel Sutton at the line, 83% shooter. His first attempt is good. And the other thing you don't want to do, I mean, this team's struggling to make shots, and sending them to the free throw line, you just don't make it easy on them. They are 4 of 5 so far at the stripe. They still only have 18 points. And Sutton got both of those. So 2 points off of the offensive foul. Now 43-19. Carolina back to work offensively. Meechie Johnson drives, kicks out to the perimeter. Kobe Knox nearly traveled. He didn't even want to think about the 3. Was looking to drive if they would have come at him aggressively. They didn't do it. Now Sharavjamts backs down in the post, kicks it out to Knox. Kobe drives, shot off balance, misses. Sharavjamts tip, no. Strong offensive rebound, fouled on his way back up. And now it's out South Carolina's turn to get aggressive on the offensive glass. And Elijah Strong draws the personal foul on the third chance opportunity. And he will shoot 2 as Max McKinnon picks up his second personal foul. Elijah got Carolina out of the gate almost single-handedly. Strong, as the Gamecocks raced out to a 21-5 lead, and he had 14 of those 21 points. Now he's back in the scorebook as he sinks another free throw. Both of these teams excellent at the free throw line this season, and Strong gets 2 more.
Well, we're number 1, and they're number 2.
In the SEC, yeah. Correct. Elijah's got 17 in that first half. His career high is 25, by the way, back when he was at BC. 45-19, 3 minutes left first half. Gamecocks almost had a steal. Now there's a loose ball. Meechie dives for it, gets it, gives it off to Strong. Strong has his shot rejected at the rim. Well, he wanted a foul call, didn't get it. He didn't know he was being chased. He thought he was in uncontested territory. In transition, an open 3 for LSU, and P.J. Carter buries it from the corner. Wow, what a turn of events. Great steal by Meechie. Elijah thought he had a run-out dunk, didn't know he was being chased. Shot was blocked by Miller, and then it results in a 3 at the other end for the Tigers. 45-22 Gamecocks. Meechie again driving, kicks in the corner, back out to the wing, now the top of the key. Strong fakes a 3, drives, kicks back to the corner. 3 ball up for Meechie, got it, another one for the Gamecocks.
Meechie Johnson.
He's made 3 straight from downtown. He's got 15 to go with Strong's 18. Carolina answered the 3 from LSU with 1 of their own. It's 48-22. The Gamecocks have 10 first half 3-pointers in 13 attempts. Here's a lob and a tip that won't go, and a rebound by the Gamecocks. They tried the pick-and-roll lob, but Markel Sutton should have just gone up and caught that ball. He knew he wasn't close enough to the rim to dunk it. He just tried to one-hand it and guide it in there. And Gamecocks say thank you very much on that decision. Minute and a half left before halftime. Gamecock halftime report comes your way then. Michael Collins will have plenty of highlights to go over from this first half of play. Here's Elijah Strong again driving to the hoop. Shot comes up short. Tigers have the rebound. And Gamecocks got to get locked back in offensively. Having a few sloppy possessions, and now we get an offensive foul again. So that's one thing Carolina has done well. They have stood their ground defensively, and that time it's Robert Miller III who just bowled over one of the Gamecocks. And Carolina will collect another turnover by LSU. That is 9 of them in the half. Gamecocks are going to get Eli Ellis back on the floor. And for the first time tonight, we will see senior Norden Kapich coming in as well. Kapich, the native of Vienna, Austria, who didn't play in the SEC opener. With all the foul trouble right now, you want to protect your guys, not let anybody get a third. So they'll set everybody down that has 2 for the final minute of the half. Meechie into the front court, takes his dribble to the right wing, kicks off to Sharavjamts, now back out top to Johnson. 15 on the shot clock. He gets a screen from Jordan Butler. Fires it cross court to Ellis. Eli drives to the baseline. Double team. Fakes once, twice, gives to Butler. No look pass to Kapich. Shot clock's about to expire. Norden has the ball knocked free, gets it back, and then a shot clock violation. Well, you got a bunch of guys out there right now who aren't used to getting much minutes, and there were a few folks who probably should have put a shot up before they did. No one looking terribly confident in their scoring ability, and the Gamecocks, if nothing else, you used up the entirety of the shot clock.
It is a dead ball turnover.
Also true. 30 seconds left in the half. Here is Miller in the post. Kick out to Mosley. He'll try a 3, and he's got it. That is Maisie Mosley, freshman, little-used freshman from Los Angeles, who knocks down his 4th 3 of the season. Final 18 seconds of the half. Gamecocks lead at 48-25. Let's see if they can get to 50 here before halftime. Meechie with 10 seconds left. Dribbling on the right wing. Fires it cross court. Ball into the paint. It's Butler in the lane, and Jordan Butler up and under for a sneaky 2.
At 360.
1 second left. The shot for midcourt is not in time, and South Carolina does indeed make it to half 100. The most explosive first half they've had all season. 50 points, and they are doubling up LSU at the break. 50-25, your score here at halftime. The Gamecock halftime report is next. Those 3-pointers make it harder on them in the paint. Carolina did a great job of that. Tomba, 1 of 3 from the field. Nwoko, 1 of 5 from the field. McKinnon, 1 of 6 from the field. Those are 3 of their big guns. Carolina did a great job, and they kept things even on the glass. 18 apiece in spite of giving up 8 offensive rebounds. Those second chance points didn't hurt them. 5-5 in that category, and Carolina actually has the edge in paint points.
Well, yes. Paint points, yes, up 10-6. I was looking at the wrong number. But you look at our assists, 12 assists on 16 made baskets. What's impressive, 9 first half turnovers for the Tigers. They average 10.9 turnovers a game. So it's been the defense that's carried the offense to this great lead. Now, 25 points, you feel good, but you're still concerned because you got another whole half to go.
And we'll get to that second half when we come back. Gamecocks will be back at home on Saturday to face 18th-ranked Georgia at 2 p.m. You can get your tickets right now by going through the official mobile app or Ticketmaster.com. Ticketmaster is the official ticketing partner of your Gamecocks. But right now we got 20 more minutes to play of road basketball. South Carolina leading LSU 50-25. Original 5 back out on the court. Johnson, Knox, Stute, Strong, and Sharavjamts. And here we go. Right out of the gate, almost a turnover as Reese, the point guard for LSU, stumbled and nearly lost the ball. Now a drive to the basket and a missed shot, but a tip in is up and good. Boy, that was a shaky possession for LSU, but they get away with it. And the tip in after Mosley missed from close range ends up going in for Miller. LSU, unlike South Carolina, not starting their original five. They have made major changes to the lineup as Elijah Strong drives to the hoop, misses from close range. Offensive rebound and a kick out. Sharavjamts for three. Too strong, and LSU has the board. Carolina up by 23. And now you make it, nope, stays 23. LSU misses a short jumper, but they've got another offensive rebound, a kick out, and a three that is missed there. Ball run down by LSU. They keep the possession alive. They miss another three, and now South Carolina finally has a rebound. And here's Meechie going right to work. The quick crossover dribble. He gets downhill, and he forces Jalen Reese to foul. And that'll be 2 on Reese. Gamecocks don't want to sit too long without scoring here in this second half. You don't want to give these visitors momentum. Meechie, deep three, left this one short. LSU gets the rebound, and Miles Stute gets his third personal foul with a shove in the back of the rebounder. Oh, my. Now, you really don't want to allow the door to get cracked open. And the Gamecocks, with a slow start, will give this crowd something to stay around for. Here's Reese setting things up. Meechie Johnson chases him off a couple of ball screens. Mosley squaring at the three, and he's got another one. Maisie Mosley averages less than 2 points a game, but Matt McMahon didn't like what he saw from his starters, so he's going with non-starters. Maisie Mosley, who's the nephew of Magic Johnson, hits a big three. And now here's the Gamecocks finally with an answer. Great baseline drive from Knox and a feed into the lane for Elijah Strong. Strong's got 20. 52-30, South Carolina with the lead. Pick and pop. Miller drives under the basket, feeds it across to a teammate. Carolina double teams him. Tamba from close range scores it, and he's fouled by Elijah Strong.
Well, this is what you don't want to see to start the second half. A little momentum.
You had to know LSU would come out with a lot of fire, because I'm sure Matt McMahon lit that fire at halftime in the locker room. So if you're South Carolina, you have to be ready to answer the call. Here's Hayden Asimian checking back in to replace Elijah Strong. Pablo Tamba was 1 of 2 at the line in the first half, 72% on the season. Puts the free throw up, and it's good. So a three-point play for Tamba. Give him 6 points, and it's 52-33. Carolina spacing the floor. Great cross-court look from Knox to Sharavjamts. Mike doesn't want that shot, though. Meechie drives, throws it away. Here comes LSU in transition. Jalen Reese works his way coast to coast, feeds it at the bucket, and that's another easy layup for Tamba. And Lamont Paris has to call the timeout. 52-35 your score, a 10-2 start to the second half for LSU. And the Gamecocks will try and stop the momentum. 17-32 on the second half clock. We're back after this. LSU sets up with Mosley not guarding the inbounder, but looking to double team others. Instead, they get it into Sharavjamts pretty easily, and now he gives it back to Knox, and Kobe will bring it into the front court. Knox feeds it to a Simeon on the right wing. Meechie goes there to get the handoff. Looks to drive under the basket. Hook pass over to Sharavjamts. Three is open left side, and that's good for Mike.
Great play out of the timeout to get a three.
Sharavjamts hits his first three of the game. Carolina, of course, couldn't seem to miss first half. Now here's a great defensive play. A Simeon rejects the shot of Reese, picks up the loose ball. Knox for three in transition. This one comes up short, and the rebound belongs to LSU. Hayden Simeon, active hands with the good block shot without fouling. Now here's Maisie Mosley again on the left side. Gives it out to Tamba. Tamba will try a three. That's an air ball. Misses everything, and it's out of bounds. Again, this is not LSU's strength They may have at this point in time knocked down 5 of them, but it's taken them 16 attempts. And if you're Carolina,
you take that.
Yeah, let them keep doing that. Eli Ellis checks in for Carolina, replacing Kobe Knox. Eli in the first half played 11 minutes, had 5 points, 2 steals, a couple of rebounds. 55-35, Gamecocks by 20. Lead was 25 at the half, trying to steady their legs after a 10-2 start to the second half by the homestanding Tigers. Meechie between the rings, guarded by Tamba, drives, kicks. Out on the perimeter, Sharavjamts. Gives back to Meechie. Meechie lobs low for a Simeon. Tough catch, gives it back to Meechie. Long 3, right side, too strong. Rebound off the glass. Saved and bounced by Ellis, but LSU picks up the loose ball, and now they got a transition opportunity. It's Carter to the rim, and the Gamecocks couldn't get there to help. And it's an easy layup for P.J. Carter in transition. Lamont Paris chewing on Doug Schowles as the ball comes back down floor. He thought there was a foul at this end offensively for Carolina. Eli Ellis, strong drive to the hoop and rolls in it with the right hand. Eli with a savvy move.
A great decision at the right time.
Help defense never came. He got an easy layup. Give him 7. 57-37. Lead back at 20. Media timeout at our next dead ball. Mosley guarded by Sharavjamts. Bounces in the low post. This is Miller. Double team, kick out, reverse. Good help defense. Nothing easy there. Now Tamba on the perimeter. Backs in against Sharavjamts. Lost the handle and out of bounds, a turnover. Shot clock was down to 2. Tamba panicked a little bit, and the Gamecocks force LSU into its 10th turnover of the game. Carolina with a 20-point edge with 15-16 remaining, and we're back after this. Lost their SEC opener in a good game at A&M. Lost it 75-72. Had a late 3 in the final seconds to try and tie. We're playing without their leading scorer and point guard, Didon Thomas Jr. He's missing again tonight. And the Tigers had 16 turnovers against A&M, a season high without Thomas playing, and they've got 10 of them so far in this contest. That 10th one gives the Gamecocks the basketball, and they're back into the front court. Stute on the perimeter. Back out to Ellis. Eli working the dribble, the shot clock down to 5. Sharavjamts gives back to Ellis. Eli drives, steps back, has his 3 rejected, and LSU's going to get a run out. Tamba ahead of the pack. Meechie Johnson there to break it up like a defensive back and slaps the ball free and out of bounds. LSU will keep it with 28 on the shot clock, but the way Tamba can fly, that would have been a highlight reel dunk, and that would have gotten the crowd into it. So significant hustle there from Meechie. Baseline out of bounds. They'll bring it in to Nwoko, who's on the floor now. He immediately puts up the jump hook and misses again from close range. Sharavjamts rebounds.
Good defense. Who's had a tough night?
Nwoko is 71% from the field this season. But yeah, tough night is right. 1 of 6 from the field, and now Meechie forces another foul on LSU. They're guarding him with big, long guys, but he's got that quick first step, and he went left against Tamba. Tamba knew he was beaten, so he just shoved him. Side court inbounds in front of us. Meechie Johnson with 15 points, 5 assists in this contest, and a couple of steals. Leading scorer is Elijah Strong, who has 20. He's on the bench right now. Meechie out top. Gives to Sharavjamts. Mike drives into the paint. Pull-up jumper rattles out. Nwoko grabs the rebound.
In and out. That was a tough miss.
Offense looks a little stale right now. Struggling to get that ball movement going that they had in the first half. Now here's Nwoko on a pick and pop. And from short range, he puts the soft one-handed jumper up and in, about 10 feet away. Nwoko gets one to fall, only his second field goal of the game, and Elijah Strong's coming back to the scorers table. 57-39 Gamecocks by 18. Eli Ellis feeds Stute. Long 3, left side up, too strong. Rebound belongs to the Tigers. Reese, the freshman point guard, brings it ahead. You know they're going to be looking for Nwoko pretty quickly here. Left wing McKinnon gets away with a push-off against Ellis. Now drives into the lane, and his short jumper with the right hand is up and good.
I don't like this turn of events.
And now the Gamecocks commit a violation on the inbounds. They say that Stute did not cross over the baseline when he handed it in. Unforced mistake by South Carolina. Yeah, that lead now down to 16, 57-41. Only the Gamecocks' fourth turnover of the game, but boy, bad timing for that one. Again, momentum coming in. LSU lobs it in to Markel Sutton, and they'll call the foul on Sharavjamts. He just was positioned right at the rim, and so they used Sutton with that 6'9" length and those long arms, lobbed it right over Mike. Sharavjamts tried to wall up, but they call him for the foul. Miles Stute still chatting with Doug Shows. He did not believe that that violation was the correct call. Sutton was 2 of 2 at the line in the first half. First attempt here is good.
Well, he shoots 83% from the line, so.
He didn't make a field goal against A&M. Doesn't have one in this contest either. Was limited to 3 points against the Aggies. Gamecocks will sit Stute down and bring Grant Polk back on the floor. Lead down to 15. It was 25 at the half. Second attempt for Sutton is good as well. Aggies on a 6-0 run. Gamecocks haven't scratched in the last 2.5 minutes. Big possession right here. Sharavjamts out top. Gives to Elijah Strong. Takes his dribble to the right wing, gives back to Meechie. Meechie the top of the key, splits 2 defenders, drives, has the ball strapped free. Eli Ellis picks it up, back out to Meechie. Johnson tries the 3, right side, rims out, LSU rebounds. And here they come again. Reese into the front court, gives it to the right wing. Strong dive for the hoop and a dunk by Markel Sutton, who finally has a field goal. Gamecocks lucky they didn't get whistled for a foul on that one. The lead all the way down to 12. 57-45. It's an 8-0 run. Carolina without points in 3 minutes. Now here's Meechie again driving to the hoop, and he forces the foul by Markel Sutton. Just to clear out that time and an opportunity for Meechie to use his savvy and his quickness to get into a defender. And Meechie Johnson will need to get his breathing controlled for 2 huge free throws. Meechie practices his stroke with the right hand while cupping the ball in the left hand. Now 3 rhythm dribbles, and the free throw is good.
And that's a big free throw made. Stopped the scoring drought of 3 minutes and 19 seconds.
16 points for Meech. 1 more free throw. Oh, that one rolls off. First miss of the game for South Carolina, which was 9 for 9 prior to that one. Lead is 13. Right about now, this defense needs to get back to what it was doing. They need some stops. Eli Ellis harassing the guard. Gamecocks run a double team at him, and a trip is called. The Gamecocks whistled for their 4th foul of the half. Second called on Elijah Strong. LSU basketball. Gamecocks get Kobe Knox back on the floor. Side court inbounds for the Tigers. Out top to Reese. Sends it on the left wing to Miller. Out top to McKinnon. Open 3 is good. And a timeout will be called by Lamont Paris. He couldn't wait any longer with 12:02 remaining. The lead for South Carolina was 25 at the half. It is down to 10. A 3-pointer from Max McKinnon pulls the Tigers within 10. Timeout. We're back after this. Knock down a couple more of those. Right now, Meechie Johnson's on the bench, so even more of the onus on Eli Ellis and Elijah Strong. Elijah Strong leading scorer in this game with 20. Ellis brings it up court. Carolina's lead at 10. Lamont Paris says, hey, they're hand-checking my guy. You got to do something about it. Shot clock at 10. Ball stays on the perimeter. It's Strong at the top of the key. He decides to take matters into his own hand. Backs down under the basket, goes up and under for the reverse, and he scores.
What a big hoop.
Really was. And all one-on-one there. Elijah Strong just making it happen. 22 for Strong. Season high and approaching his career high. Lead back to 12. McKinnon on the perimeter. Into the high post. Sharavjamts takes him on a switch. That means Knox is trying to guard the much bigger Robert Miller. Shot clock at 5. Reese picks up his dribble, feeds McKinnon. McKinnon drives, ball not free. Oh, it's off the knee of McKinnon and out of bounds, and Carolina forces the turnover. So you get a bucket, then you get a stop. 11th turnover by LSU. Now let's keep this momentum rolling. Full court pressure by the Tigers. Gamecocks finally get it into Ellis. Eli angles his dribble up the near side against McKinnon. Looks to drive, cut off, brings the dribble back out top. When the offense goes stagnant, Casey, it sticks in people's hands, the ball does, and that's what you start seeing a little bit more of. Not much passing. Shot clock again at single digits and nobody moving much. Shot clock at 5. Now Kobe Knox will drive into the paint, and he's tripped on his way up. Got his feet tangled up with the guard in South Carolina again, as they did a couple possessions ago, late in the shot clock, forcing LSU to try and stop dribble penetration. That's Jalen Reese collecting his third, and Kobe Knox goes to the line. Kobe with only 2 points in this contest on an average of 9. First free throw, perfect.
The free throws are so important. They get lost in the context of the game, but that was huge.
Well, when you're struggling to score in the half court, Reese with that third foul will sit down. LSU will go back to Rashad King. Second free throw missed by Knox. Gamecocks have to settle for one, push the lead back to 13, 61-48. 10 and a half minutes remaining. Grant Polk guarding Rashad King out top. McKinnon lobs in the high post to Nwoko, and Elijah Strong fouls him on the catch. Elijah didn't have it. He had 18 points and no fouls in the first half, but he's already collected 3 fouls in the second half. He's got to be careful. Meechie Johnson back in for Polk. LSU inbounding on the baseline near side. Comes into McKinnon. Meechie knocks the ball free. Now they got McKinnon to pick up his dribble. He feeds it to a cutter. That's Sutton working through the paint. Now back to Nwoko in the low post. Gamecocks knock the ball free, and it's out of bounds. It stays with LSU. Good help defense there from Sharavjamts to bring the double team pressure onto Nwoko. LSU will have 6 on the shot clock. Side court inbounds. They send it out top to McKinnon. He rolls through the paint, almost dribbled it out of bounds again, picks up the loose ball, misses the 3. Rebound tipped out to Eli Ellis. Ellis is off to the races, gets to the basket, stops, puts it up from close range, and can't score it.
Missed opportunity.
We go under the 10-minute mark now here in the second half. Pick and roll. They've got it under the basket. Nwoko, close range. Sharavjamts blocks his shot. LSU keeps it. Kicks it out on the perimeter to King. Rashad King feeds Nwoko. Top of the key. McKinnon comes and gets it. Drives. Alley-oop. Too high. Ball picked up by Strong. So now it's LSU suddenly in a scoring drought. Out of that timeout called by Lamont Paris, Tigers have gone nearly 3 minutes without points. Gamecocks need to take advantage and add to this 13-point lead. Strong on the right baseline. Squares up, jab step, jump shot, good for 15.
A huge shot from the corner.
Give him 24. What a night for Elijah Strong. His first SEC road trip, and he is making the folks here in Baton Rouge remember who he is. 63-48, lead back to 15. McKinnon easily beats the Gamecocks on a pick and roll. Nobody switched over. McKinnon had an uncontested path to the basket and gets the layup. They are looking more and more for Max McKinnon in these possessions. That stops the drought for LSU. Meechie Johnson tries to answer. Strong drive to the hoop. Shot blocked. Kobe Knox gets knocked down, and then a foul called on Carolina. Oh, my goodness, is that 4 on Elijah Strong? Kobe Knox got poked in the eyes, and Elijah Strong commits a foul in the backcourt. Oh, my goodness. Terrible decision there from Strong, and his fourth personal. It was Strong who poked Kobe Knox in the eye, and they were about to stop the game because LSU wasn't trying to advance the basketball. And they would have stopped it because Kobe Knox was injured. He was down, but before they could do so, Carolina commits a really unwise foul. And that means that LSU's in the bonus the rest of the game here with 8:36 remaining. And more importantly, Elijah Strong with 24 of Carolina's 63 points is now saddled with 4 fouls and is on the bench. Hayden Simeon replaced him. 63-50, another lob by LSU. This one's caught by Nwoko, didn't try and score it. Gives it to McKinnon. McKinnon backs down Elijah Strong, or I should say Miles Stute, and throws up an awkward-looking baseline jumper, and it goes for McKinnon. He's got 9 in the half, 12 for the game. Here's Kobe Knox with an acrobatic drive to the basket. His reverse layup won't fall, but he'll get to the line. Boy, that one hung on the rim for a while. It was a circus shot for Kobe Knox. He'll get 2 free throws. LSU sees Nwoko commit his second personal. Only the 5th foul of the half on the Tigers. Kobe Knox, who just was at the line making 1 of 2. Trying to do better this time. 42 of 49 on the season. He's been excellent. We need him to be excellent right now. First shot attempt, no. Goodness.
We've missed 3 foul shots. Plus 2, now 3 players.
Yeah, it was 9 of 9 at the half, now 10 of 13. Knox tries to steady himself and get 1 of 2, and he does. Lead back to a dozen. 64-52 as we go under the 8-minute mark. Carolina's led the entire game, but they've led earlier by 28 and 25 at the half. Trying to hold on here on the road. King on the left wing. Finds McKinnon, open 3, top of the key. He's got another one. They ran a set play to get him that look, set a screen to get him space, and Max McKinnon trying to single-handedly bring LSU back. He's got him into single digits, 64-55, 7.5 minutes remaining. The Australian, Max McKinnon, trying to save LSU. Meechie Johnson bumped, and he will be at the, no, he will not.
Yeah.
It will not be a 1 and bonus, but we will have a timeout as he's bumped on the perimeter one more time. 7:24 showing on the clock. Gamecocks 64, LSU 55.
Be insurmountable. We all know that. And I got to give them credit. They've made a strong comeback, but we got to stiffen up our defense once again like we did in the first half.
Got to really chase Max McKinnon, too. He's the hot hand. He's got 15 points for them, 12 of those since halftime. They're running set plays to get him looks. And the Gamecocks have to really be aware of number 3, Max McKinnon. Out of the timeout, Eli Ellis handling it out top. Fellow freshman Hayden Simeon out there. Now Meechie Johnson comes to get a handoff. He is double-teamed. They are fouling him, and nothing's being called. And finally, Doug Schals calls it.
Well, after about 4 or 5 blows.
Yeah. We were moving from misdemeanor to felony if they didn't call something quickly there, and they did. And it's P.J. Carter collecting his second. And that puts the Gamecocks into the 1 and bonus here. So Meechie gets a 1 and 1. Mentioned the 2 leading free throw shooting teams in the league coming into play. We'll see how important that is down the stretch. Meechie's front end is good. He has no field goals in the second half, but nonetheless has 17 points as Mike Sharavjamts returns and replaces Kobe Knox. One more for Meech. Shot is airborne, and it is perfect.
2 huge free throws from Meechie.
Lead back to double figures, 66-55. Gamecocks will try and guard. King finds Carter. Open three right side, and that's good. And Meechie Johnson's down on the floor. He got knocked down trying to run through a screen. P.J. Carter, they went to someone other than McKinnon that time. It was another set play to get Carter the look. And he buries the three, and P.J. Carter, grad transfer from Memphis, coming up big off the bench for LSU. He's got 8 points. In the Prisma Health Injury Report, Gamecock trainer Mark Roger goes down the floor and checks on Meechie. Meechie's on his feet, but he is walking off the court, and definitely looks like he took a significant blow there. Lead cuts to 8, 66-58. 6:58 remaining. Gamecocks will get Kobe Knox back on the floor for Meechie. So Carolina will have to handle the absence of their on-court leader and primary ball handler. And LSU stays with full court pressure. Sharavjamts gets it into a Simeon. Simeon gives it back to Mike, and he'll bring it into the front court. Takes his dribble right, picks it up, feeds it to a Simeon. Hayden back out top to Stute. Sets a screen for Miles. Bouncing to Sharavjamts in the low post. Mike backs in. Smaller defender. Shot up. No. Boy, it looked like he got fouled. Bart Lennox, come on, man. You can't swallow your whistle there. LSU with the basketball and a chance to cut into an 8-point deficit. Up and under, basket, shot missed, rebound tied up. We're going to get a jump ball. We should get a jump ball. No, they're calling a foul. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. So at one end, a clear shooting foul on a post up by Sharavjamts is ignored. And at the other, it is a Simeon tying up Nwoko on a rebound, and they call a foul. That is laughable, just laughable from Lennox and Showles. Nwoko with the line, first attempt up, and it is good. Third foul on Hayden to Simeon. Meechie Johnson returns as Knox is out, and now Elijah Strong will come back in with those 4 fouls and replace Simeon. Gamecocks wanted an ISO. They wanted Sharavjamts against McKinnon. They got exactly what they wanted. Looked like McKinnon got Sharavjamts on the elbow on the shot attempt. No foul call. Big Mike Nwoko, limited to single-digit points tonight. Makes both of those. He's got 6. And that's what the lead is for South Carolina. 66-60, 6 minutes, 15 seconds left. Carolina struggling offensively in this second half to get anything going. And now Strong backing in against Nwoko, and they will call the foul on Nwoko, and now it's LSU's turn to be disenfranchised as the foul called on some chest banging in the paint. I don't know if I want to call it a makeup, but you certainly could argue that. And that sends Strong to the line for the 1 bonus. Elijah puts it up and makes it.
Another big foul shot made. They're so critical down the stretch.
Well, especially, again, for a team that can't get anything out of its half court. One more for Strong. Got them both. 8.5, a new career high, 26 points for Elijah Strong. Lead back to 8, 6 minutes remaining. King on the left wing, guarded by Ellis. Feeds out top to Tamba. Tamba swings it around, now dribbles right. Stute just lost his mask, so he's playing without it now. Jump hook on the baseline is no good for Nwoko, and Strong grabs the rebound. Good defense from Elijah with 4 fouls. Forced Nwoko into shooting a fadeaway jump hook from a bad angle, and then not only guarded but got the rebound. Now here's Strong again against Nwoko. Backing down and getting bumped off of his spot, but no help defense coming. Elijah, fadeaway jumper from 10, got it again.
That's maturity, confidence, and patience.
I can't believe they didn't run a double team at him there. 28 for Elijah. King dribbles into a double team. They kick it out top. 5 minutes left. Gamecocks by 10. McKinnon going to be closely guarded, pass deflected, picked up by Tamba. They'll feed it low for Nwoko again. Cross-court pass, 3 on the way right side, no good. Nwoko has the offensive rebound. Strong knocks it free. Nwoko gets it back. Open 3 in the corner for Rashad King, misses. Rebound fought for. LSU wins it again. They keep the possession alive. Down by 10, 4:35 remaining. McKinnon out top. Drives around Sharavjamts. Strong to the hoop. Misses, but the offensive rebound and the stick back is there for Pablo Tamba. Too many opportunities. LSU had 3 or 4 offensive rebounds in that possession alone, and eventually they score it. Meechie Johnson hurries it ahead. Thought his coach wanted a timeout. They just wanted him to beat the time violation. Now here's Meechie. Pull-up jumper in the baseline. No. He got hurried into that one. No one else ever touched the basketball. LSU has it, down 8. 4 minutes left. McKinnon again, double team. Leaves to Tamba. Tamba not wanting to shoot. Gives to King, and they call a bump on Eli Ellis. Talk about a nickel dime call. Wow. Eli Ellis gets a cheapie. And LSU will be at the line for a 1 bonus when we come back. 70-62, Gamecocks lead LSU with 3:54 remaining. Our final media timeout of the game. I think they had 4 in their last trip down the court. Gamecocks had pushed that lead back to 10 and had a chance multiple times to shut down an LSU possession. Couldn't do it. That cut it to 8, and now they've got a chance to cut further into the Gamecock lead. Carolina has 1 timeout remaining. LSU has 2. Both teams have been called for 8 fouls. If I'm not mistaken, the Gamecocks have the possession arrow in their favor. If there is a tie.
Yes,
right now, though, it's Rashad King to shoot a 1-on-1. Evans, Georgia native. Dribbles, flexes, shoots. Got it. LSU at the line now, 11 of 12. Gamecocks 15 of 18. 1 more for King. And he will check out if he makes it. And he does not. He misses, and Elijah Strong will make a Miles Stute. He grabs the rebound. So the miss leaves the lead at 7. Eli Ellis brings it into the front court. King guarding him. Eli's played a ton of minutes tonight off the bench. Meechie out top. Gets around court. Carter drives into the paint. Kicks outside to Sharavjamts. Now out top to Elijah Strong. Shot clock at 7. Strong looks again to back down into the paint. Puts up the fadeaway jumper, and he got another one over Tamba. Elijah Strong.
He's been amazing.
He's been a man, that's for sure. Just getting work done. He's got 30 points. Carolina pushes the lead back to 9. McKinnon being run off the three-point line, but that results in Carter having an open 3. It misses, and the Gamecocks claim the rebound. Boy, that was halfway down for P.J. Carter. 3 minutes left. Gamecocks by 9. And with the basketball. Let's get this lead back to double figures. Meechie Johnson behind the screen. They switch. He's guarded by a much bigger man. That means Elijah is not. Ellis in the corner. 3 ball up, and good! Eli Ellis buries a clutch 3 for the Gamecocks.
The biggest shot of his early career, I would say.
I would say, and he was fearless with that one. Lead back to 12. 2.5 minutes left. It's 75-63. LSU again with Carter driving to the hoop, and his finger roll is up and good. P.J. Carter, the Memphis transfer, cuts the lead back to 10, and LSU immediately calls timeout with 2:26 remaining.
Well, P.J. Carter, UTA, it's University of San Antonio, Texas, Campbell, Memphis. This is his 4th school.
He's been around.
Yeah.
And they needed him tonight, and he's come through. There's been a lot of guys who have answered the call tonight. Eli Ellis certainly one of them. I think Eli's played. The numbers aren't gaudy. 10 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. But, boy, it feels like he has been really, really strong for this team. Carolina came back to the huddle with Meechie Johnson telling the coaches, hey, look at the monitor. He thought there was something there that might be worthy of a review. I'm not sure what it could have been, but either way, it doesn't look like they saw anything that would support that challenge. And we've only got one timeout left.
Yeah, you can't.
Boy, you better be 100% certain. So 75-65 Gamecocks, 2:26 remaining. And the Tigers will stay with the full court pressure they have played most of this second half with, trying to dig out of what was once a 28-point deficit. Sharavjamts, the trigger man, gets it into Meechie. They run an immediate trap at him, and he fires it back to Mike. Mike lobs it ahead to Stute. Stute gives it to Strong. The Gamecocks will now play a little keep away. Look for an easy layup off the full court press. It wasn't going to be that easy, so now they choose to run a little clock and see if they can score late. 10 on the shot clock. Right wing Sharavjamts. Bounces in the high post to Strong. Mismatch. They double team him, and they knock it away from him. A steal by LSU. So they get the turnover for the Gamecocks, only their 5th of the game. And now LSU nearly turns it over again, but they get it back. Now it's loose on the floor again, and now it is a turnover. Knocked free, and Carolina gets the basketball. And Meechie Johnson will weave his way into the front court. Even Casey was worried. Meechie trap, gives to Strong. Strong in the high post. Lobs to Sharavjamts. Alley-oop dunk. Great feed from Strong. He's been the bucket getter all night. Now he's the assister, and that lead goes back to 12, 77-65. LSU to the basket, a spin, a blocking call, and a hoop, and that may be 5 on Elijah Strong.
You just give him the basket, get out of the way. But, you know, can't fault him for the effort. It looks like it could have been a charge.
Robert Miller got the hoop, and he'll have the and-one opportunity on Elijah Strong's 5th personal foul. So he fouls out with 1:19 remaining. What a game for Elijah. 30 points, a career high in only 25 minutes. He averaged well over a point a minute, and he is done with 1:19 remaining. Got all 5 fouls in the second half. And the bucket by Miller stops the clock. And gives the Tigers a chance for the three-point play, and then they can get back into the full court pressure. They'll bring Markel Sutton back on the floor for defense, replacing P.J. Carter, so they're getting more length on the court. Miller 2 of 2 at the line tonight. The big fella puts it up and got it. And now back to the full court pressure. Gamecocks get it into Eli. Ellis double teamed, has the ball knocked free, and Carolina will keep it. It was batted out of his hands. Shot clock now at 25, and Gamecocks have to get it across quickly here now. 1:15 remaining, the lead is 9. In it comes to Meechie. And Meechie starts up court, gets to midcourt, feeds it across to Ellis, but that's a 10-second violation. So a backcourt violation by the Gamecocks.
I thought we were a little slow in moving it, but that's okay.
Well, you used up so much of that time before the ball got knocked free. You only had 5 seconds with which to work. So LSU gets a 3-point play after Carolina had pushed the lead back to 12, and now they get a turnover. Gamecocks not out of the woods yet with 1:05 left. Got a guard without fouling. Top of the key, McKinnon. He's the three-point shooter, and he'll let one fly, and it's no good, and Stute has the rebound for the Gamecocks. Great defensive job by Sharavjamts. Gamecocks will bring it across midcourt. Eli Ellis being chased, and Lamont Paris will call his final timeout. 50.2 seconds remaining. Doug Schals decides he wants to lecture Lamont Paris about the tone he used on the timeout. Come on, Doug. 77-68, Gamecocks by 9. Carolina has to get through the final 50.2 seconds of this contest, protecting that 9-point lead. Carolina Ford Dealers locker room report coming up when we are done. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Gamecock basketball from Learfield.
Your home for the Gamecocks. 107.5 The Game. WNKT Eastover, Columbia. A Cumulus Media Station.
With Casey Manning, I'm Derek Scott. Michael Collins in the studio. Gamecocks trying to even their conference record at 1-1 and trying to break a 10-game road losing streak.
And what a way to do it, considering the beginning to the last 50.2 seconds in this game. It's not over with yet, but...
Now, if you could go end to end, wire to wire, that would be one that nobody could possibly have seen coming anytime you're playing conference basketball, certainly on the road. A 50-25 halftime score. LSU got it all the way down back to single digits midway through this second half. Carolina using timeouts on a couple of occasions to settle the crowd down and have steadied the legs. And now they've got to get through the final 50 seconds protecting this 9-point lead. They'll have 22 on the shot clock, so you wonder if LSU will start fouling here. Gamecocks at the line tonight, 15 of 18. Sharavjamts will trigger it from right in front of us. Gamecocks line up with 4 players stacked together directly in front of him at the top of the key. They get it into Meechie. Double team comes. Meechie feeds to Sharavjamts. He goes cross court to Stute. They'll play a little keep away now with 15 on the shot clock, and now LSU commits the foul.
Well, they couldn't let any more time go off the clock without the foul. That's 9 fouls on the Tigers. One more would be the double bonus.
It's
so it's 1-1 right now.
It's Stute at the line for the first time tonight. Miles has only 3 points, but has been a stalwart underneath the basket. LSU with subs. They'll bring Nwoko and Carter back in and replace Miller and Sutton. Now the Gamecocks want a little better defense, so they'll run Knox back in and replace Simeon. So they'll go with the small lineup because they got to guard the three-point line. The lead will be 9 at worst with 42 seconds left. Will it be 10? It will not. Miles short arms the free throw, and LSU has it, and here they come. Into the front court, the point guard, Reese. Lobs underneath for Nwoko. Struggles with the catch, gives back to Reese. Reese drives to the basket. To the rim he goes. Misses at the bucket. Rebound tipped out of bounds. It stays with LSU. 29.3 seconds left. Mosley back in now. Another shooter to replace Tomba. A set play on a baseline out of bounds. This is dangerous because you can usually get a great look in this situation. Looking, now bouncing in the corner, catch and shoot 3, that's short, and the rebound belongs to Sharavjamts. He gives to Meechie. 20 seconds left when a foul committed, actually 22.8 left. The foul committed, the Gamecocks can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
She can at least clear her throat.
Absolutely.
What a game.
Meechie Johnson gets 2 free throws as we finally reach the double bonus. Meechie with a chance for a 20-point game if he can both of these. He is 7 of 8 at the stripe tonight. First free throw, good. And that makes it a 4-possession game. Yeah. And that the folks who weren't already headed to the exits start to do so. One more for Meechie. On its way, it's too strong. Rebound belongs to LSU, and here they come with 20 seconds left. Reese into the front court. Drives under the basket against Sharavjamts. Loses the handle. Gamecocks have the steal, and the Tigers now will just call off the dogs, one would imagine. 10 seconds left. Carolina creates yet another turnover. That's 14 of them for LSU. That's a story, but the big story is the Gamecocks' tenacious defense as they pull off the win on the road at LSU, 78-68. For the first time in over a year, you can put Spurs on a road win for South Carolina as they even the SEC record at 1-1 with this defeat of LSU. Casey, a 25-point halftime lead holds up. Boy, it got a little scary late, but you got to give these guys credit. They kept their composure and took advantage of an incredible shooting performance in that first half from downtown.
And no serious